Hello, I wanted to take a video of the underside of the 64 Jeep Gladiator that I have for sale. And so here it is. You see there's some paint scratched on the tailgate. That was because when I initially put the tailgate in place, I didn't have this center support bolted in the center. So when I opened it, it scraped some of the paint. I got a diamond plate rear bumper. Got a true dual exhaust. I did not undercoat the frame or the bed, because a lot of times undercoating just hides a whole bunch of bad body work and things like that. You will see a few spots on the bed where I welded up holes. They must have had something bolted in the bed at one point in time. And on a 1964, it's probably seen a lot of different lives, and so it is what it is. It does have a new gas tank. That's a plastic gas tank, so you won't have to worry about rust or rusty fuel. The brake lines are all new. The brake hoses are new. It has a dual master cylinder power brake system from a late, probably a late 1970s General Motors. The drive shaft was custom made. I bought the parts and had a drive shaft company put them together, weld it, and balance it. It's a new process transfer case from a late 1970s General Motors that fit in pretty well. The frame was in very good shape. I just had to clean off a lot of dirt on it. The brake cables are the originals, and the parking brake does function. I might have to start and stop this video a little bit because there's only so far I could get this vehicle up in the air. I have to kind of crawl to get to everything. That's the new fuel line and also new brake line going from the front to the back. And that's the wiring. This is the fulcrum for the parking brake. And that's a little bit of a closer view of the transfer case. I haven't seen any huge oil leaks on this, although I do see a little bit of seeping on the transfer case. I think most of it is coming from the speedometer joint right up there. I was going to put a cover on that because I do see a little drop of oil on that. It has a GPS speedometer right now, so don't use the mechanical speedometer. That's the brake junction block, which is the original from the Jeep, and that's where the brake light is, the bell housing, and all that. The front drive shaft was it was not put together by a drive shaft shop. This is a kit that came from like a farm implement company. You tell them what you need in the front and on the back, and I cut that to length and put that together, so that one is not balanced. Front shocks does have front disc brakes. It has the typical Jeep front end in it, and the old Jeeps had that very large knuckle. That has all been taken apart. The gaskets on each side are new. The upper and the lower bearings are new. The shims were replaced and shimmed to the to the specifications that Jeep had called for back in 1964. Leaf springs on the front, and that's the bottom of the engine. It's the front of the motor that shows the fuel line going to the mechanical fuel pump. The engine is from it's It's either 1978 or 1979. I do have pictures on the ad of the engine codes. One of the latest additions was power steering. As I was driving it and kind of working out all the bugs, one of the things that always bugged me was the steering, especially in a parking lot. It was hard to steer, manual steering. And so I found a power steering box from I'm gonna say, I think it's a mid-1980s Ford pickup. So that's a Ford pickup power steering box with a dropped pitman arm, and that bolted to, this is the stock link right there, and then there's just another link that goes back. So it's either stock Ford parts. That's a stock Ford part right here. These are stock Jeep tie rod ends. I have a book of all the different parts and part numbers and sources. So in the event that you need to get some parts, you'll be able to look in that book and figure out what you need to get. There was very little rust on this vehicle when I got it. A little bit of surface rust, but the only spot where I really saw any rust that bothered me at all was right at the bottom of the gas pedal. Let me go back there and I'll give you a shot. Basically, I cut out any metal that was in any way rusted and replaced it with a piece of galvanized right there. That is the only rust repair in this vehicle. And like I said, I didn't undercoat it. Pretty much what you see under here is what you get, and you're going to see that it's very rust free. Some of the old undercoating is starting to chip off, and you can see some bolts and things like that from where the seats are bolted in and that type of thing. And showing the underside of the box as good as I can. Did not undercoat it, but I did put a coat of paint on it before it all got put back together. So that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you buy this old Jeep, I think you're going to enjoy it as well. Thank you.